Hey guys, so today I want to talk about violence in video games, especially in first-person shooters. I want to discuss this because I feel like these type of games have a very bad reputation. You know, like whenever there's some crazy psychopath who brings a gun to school and shoots a bunch of people, you hear stuff like, oh yeah, he was really into shooter games, like what a surprise. And I've had a lot of arguments about this in the past with different people, usually people from older generations who didn't play video games when they were younger, and they seem to be kind of concerned about the style of games because you're constantly killing someone and the graphics just keep on getting more and more realistic as technology becomes more advanced, and it's starting to look and feel like you're actually killing someone. So I want to discuss the question, do video games make you more violent? I have to start off by saying I don't think they do, and most people who I have met who think that they could make you more violent and all of that haven't actually ever played any of those games. And my first argument is that if you're psychotic enough to pick up a weapon, carry it to school or whatever public place, and murder a bunch of people, you're obviously fucked in the head, and you need a certain kind of predisposition for that, meaning that something has to be wrong with you in the first place. Now, if someone is that kind of psycho, they're gonna seek violence anyway. So yeah, they might be drawn to particularly brutal video games, but that's not actually the game designer's fault, because if someone is that kind of messed up, and they don't get the chance to play those shooter games or whatever, they will somehow kind of relieve their sadistic desires. So I'm guessing before games existed, people like that would go out and torture kittens and puppies or their siblings, or I don't know. And I mean, I don't believe this whole, oh, you know, he was a perfectly normal kid, we would have never expected that from him. I mean, that's bullshit, because if someone goes on a rampage like that, they must be extremely emotionally unstable. Even if you're actually influenced by violent games and they do have an effect on you like that, that just says something about the strength of your character, or rather the lack of strength. It's not like a perfectly mentally healthy person starts playing those kind of games and suddenly their mind is corrupted and they completely change and become all messed up. So then another point that I'd like to discuss is, why are normal people attracted to violent video games? I think that one reason is definitely that games are often used as a vent for anger, because humans naturally have that urge to fight and compete. That's just in our DNA. And the thing is that there's a big difference between normal gamers and crazy psychos. Normal gamers can distinguish between actual reality and the game. So, okay, for example, let's say someone, your teacher, your boss, I don't know, anyone you know is being a complete dick about something, and all you want to do is punch them in their stupid face, but you're a civilized member of society, so obviously that's not an option. So you go home, you turn on your PC or whatever console, and you beat the living shit out of a bunch of pixels because you can. And honestly, sometimes it is kind of nice to be in a different reality, especially in RPG games, because you can be someone else and your character might be able to do things that you can't, like cast spells and use magic and all of that stuff. My point is that those two realities need to be kept separate, and for most people, that's not a problem. And I'm sure for some people, it seems like video game critics are just overthinking it, because let's be honest, you don't have to think violent thoughts, or any kind of thoughts for that matter, every time you kill an NPC or a player, because really, it's just a bunch of pixels and it's all fake, so it doesn't really matter that much. Anyway, I would love to hear more opinions on this, so if you agree or if you disagree, if you have another point to make, please do comment below, and I will see you next video. Bye bye!